Hi everyone, welcome back to Modern Beauty Supply's Instagram Live. My name is Samantha Silvius. I'm a brand educator with OPI, and today we're celebrating Modern's 35th birthday. And it's kind of cool because Modern's 35th birthday year coincides with OPI's 40th birthday year. So it's kind of cool that we're both celebrating some fun milestones. This year for OPI, we are taking you on a tour of our hometown, which is Los Angeles. So for each collection, as you know, we do a spring, summer, fall, and holiday. And for our first stop for spring, we're heading to Hollywood, which is the birthplace of OPI. So not only are we going to talk about the brand new collection that's available at Modern Beauty Supplies, we're also going to do 3 fun nail art using gel color. And we are going to do a giveaway. Modern's been so awesome in putting together a fun grab bag of OPI products to give away. So stay tuned and listen for the cue to enter. But before that, let's get started and talk a little bit about this awesome collection. So like usual, our spring collection is featuring 12 permanent shades. So that means that these shades are added to our full collection and will be available in gel color, nail lacquer, and infinite shine. Today I'm going to work with gel color. And there's also 6 of these shades that are available in powder perfection. So let's get started. Our first shade is called Susie Calls the Paparazzi. And put in the chat which one's your favorite as I go through them. We have I'm an Extra. We have Movie Buff. We have Hollywood and Vibe. Behind the Scenes. Destined to be a Legend. Rated PG. Oh, You Sing, Dance, Act, and Produce. A quadruple threat. Award for Best Nails goes to. And we have our hero shade, which is I'm Really an Actress. And this, for our 40th anniversary, we have reinvented an iconic shade, if anyone can remember, our iconic OPI shade, I'm Not Really a Waitress, which was, born in 1999, I believe. Well, we've reinvented her, given her a glow up, and here she is ready. And for our new Hollywood collection, I'm Really an Actress. Then we also have 15 Minutes of Flame and Emmy. Have you seen Oscar? So like I said, all 12 of these beautiful shades are available right now in Modern Beauty Supply. So let's just get into the nail art, shall we? So first and foremost, I just want to, take a look at one of our hero shades, which is the I'm Really an Actress. And when we're thinking about Hollywood, I think about, red carpet, right? This is a perfect red carpet shade. It's kind of got a shimmer to it. And of course, you think about Hollywood stars walking that red carpet. So we're going to do Hollywood stars on a red carpet. What do you think? So let's get started. And for this, I'm going to be using our Stay Classic base coat. I'm going to be using, of course, I'm Really an Actress. And I'm going to be using our Stay Shiny top coat. Now, for our stars, I'm going to be using our iconic shade Alpine Snow. This isn't from the Hollywood collection, but this is a must-have for everyone's kit. I'm also going to be using an Expert Touch nail lacquer wrap, a removal wrap, because on this side it's got a little cotton pad, and I like to use this to wipe my brush, and then I kind of use this as a palette. I'm also using a detailing brush and a small dotting tool. So let's get going. My first step, of course, is to always apply base coat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend that this nail tip here has been prepped dry. So that means I don't use any oils. I don't use any cuticle remover, nothing like that, because I don't want any leftover oils or emollients on my nail. So I've done my dry prep, I've applied Bond-Aid, and I've applied my Stay Classic base coat. Now I'm going to apply 2 coats of OPI's I'm Really an Actress from our Hollywood collection. So I've shaken this bottle for a full minute, and it's really important, especially for shimmery colors, because with shimmery colors, you want to make sure that the pigment is evenly distributed amongst the gel, so that all that shimmer is even when you're polishing. So here, just adding one coat, capping the free edge, and I'm going to cure this in my LED dual cure lamp for 30 seconds. And after I've cured that, I'm going to first close up my bottle real nice and tight. After I've done 2 coats, kind of looks like this, which is gorgeous. You can see that sheen under my lights here. Unreal. So next, I'm going to take, like I said, my removal wrap, and I'm going to, let's move my tip aside here. And like I said, I'm going to use this center cotton piece as kind of an area where I can wipe my brush clean. So I'm going to take a little bit of our NAS 99, which is a 99% isopropyl alcohol, and I'm going to spray the center cotton real quick so that I have a nice surface to wipe my nail art brush. Then I'm going to take iconic shade Alpine Snow. After I've shaken it for a minute, I'm going to put a little bloop right there so that I can use it to create my stars. Now, everyone creates these stars a little bit different. It's kind of up to you. You know, nail art is so individual. It's whatever you think is beautiful, right? It's in the eye of the beholder. This is the way that I personally like to do it. So follow along or create your own. So I'm going to kind of load up my bristles without overloading it, I guess. You want to make sure that all the bristles are coated with polish, but there isn't a like bead at the end. So what I like to do is load it up and kind of drag it along. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to create 2 crosses. So I kind of hold my brush like a pencil, and it works the best for me. So I'm going to create a big one kind of down in the bottom right-hand corner. I'll do the vertical line first, and then I'll do the horizontal line, but not in the direct middle, kind of closer to the top. And then I'll do a second one, a smaller one, I suppose, just to the, diagonal left to that. There we go, just like that, create 2 little crosses. I'm going to flash cure this for 15 seconds. Flash curing is really good when we are wanting to keep something still. We don't need to fully cure it right now, but we don't want it to spread out any further. And see, I'm just taking my brush on that cotton pad, the NAS 99, and I'm kind of pressing it lightly and twisting it. And that's going to get all of my polish off without ruining my bristles or anything like that. So after I've cured that or flash cured that for 15 seconds, I end up with my little crosses like this. And so what I want to do next is take the bristles in the same way, but now I am going to have a little bead at the end, just a little bead. And I'm going to place that, oh goodness, my hand keeps getting caught on the thing. I'm going to place that right in the center of our cross, kind of create a little dot there. And then the nice part about gel color is you can move it around. So I'm kind of connecting each line, the top and the right, and the top and the left, kind of just pushing around the product. I'm not actually brushing it. I'm more or less just moving it, not placing any extra product, just making sure that it's spread all the way out so that you're getting that night star look here. So let's do that for the second one. Just like this, again, taking a little dot right in the center, and then I'm going to drag it out, connecting the bottom line to the right, the top line to the right, and the top line to the left, and then the left line to the bottom. And, just kind of drag it, make sure that all of the lines are nice and thin at the very ends. So you get that nice little star, just like that. Now I'm going to flash cure this again for 15 seconds. So I know a lot of people are wondering, hey girl, what about that giveaway? Have we talked about that giveaway? like I said, Modern Beauty has been so wonderful in offering up a great giveaway for all of us today, all of you viewers today. So what we have to do is in the comments section, we're going to write hashtag color is the answer. You must be following Wella Canada West and Modern Beauty Supplies. And then in the comments, write hashtag color is the answer. Okay, so next I'm going to be taking the small end of the dotting tool. This is a really cool brush, actually. It's got a detailing brush on one side, and then flip on the other side is a very small dotting tool. Really neat. So I'm going to take my Alpine Snow again here on my dotting tool, and I'm going to be just placing a couple, just dots around, making it look like our little night sky. And then I think that's good for me. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fully cure this for 30 seconds because I'm completely done my nail art. I like to flash cure because when I'm flash curing, you're basically putting it, setting it without having to cure it fully. But once you're done your nail art, you really want to make sure that you're curing it fully. And then after I've applied one coat of my Stay Shiny top coat and I've cured it for 30 seconds, I'm going to wipe it with a lint-free nail wipe and NAS 99. And the reason why I'm doing that is because our top coat leaves an inhibition layer, and that's caused by the chemical reaction between the polish and the lamp. And the reason why we want to remove that is because we don't want to let anybody leave our salon with sticky nails, right? So this is our I'm Really an Actress red carpet stars, or stars walking the red carpet. What do you think? Awesome. So that's our look number one. Next, I'm going to be using one of our other favorite shades to create this really cool palm leaf. I love the lattice kind of feel behind the palm leaf. I feel like it gives it some fun texture and some fun detail here. So for this, I'm going to be using, of course, my Stay Classic base coat. I'm going to be using Hollywood shade Hollywood and Vibe. I'm going to be using iconic shade Alpine Snow, Hollywood shade Rated PG, and our Stay Shiny top coat. And again, I'm going to be using my detailing brush and an Expert Touch nail lacquer removal wrap, and I'm going to be using that as a palette. So just to prepare, I think that's a really good idea, when we're doing nails at our table, just to stay as clean and organized as possible. I'm going to prepare my my palette first. So I've sprayed our center cotton pad with some NAS 99 so that I can be wiping the bristles of my brush. And I'm going to prepare 2 dollops of one of Alpine Snow and one of Rated PG. And this is just so that I'm set up for success. So here on my palette, I'm just gonna, after I've shaken my bottle for a minute, I'm going to do a dollop of Alpine Snow. And you don't need a lot. I feel like when I first started doing nails, I was like putting down such a huge blob of color and then never using it. And it felt like such a waste. So don't overdo it. You don't need very much. See, I've just got these little tiny bloops on there. So let's set that aside. And again, I'm going to start with a dry prepped nail. This has been, no oils, no cuticle remover, wiped with NAS 99. I've applied my Bond-Aid and I've applied my Stay Classic base coat. So the first thing that I'm going to do, of course, is shake Hollywood and Vibe for 1 minute. And then I'm going to apply this shade in a 3-stroke method and cure for 30 seconds. So I don't know, sometimes I apply sidewall, and in the center, and then cap the free edge. Sometimes I do center, left, right, and cap the free edge. Or sometimes I go over it a million times, but I like to make sure that I'm always getting right in the sidewalls and right down the middle so I don't have an overload of product. And always, always, always remember to cap the free edge. So I'm going to cure this for 30 seconds and then do a second coat. And of course, with the magic of Instagram, ta-da! I have one done. This is our color with 2 coats. It's beautiful. So our first step is to create our lattice. There is very little I can advise other than practice, practice, practice. Making straight lines is about the tool, it's about the polish, and it's about how you're doing it. It depends. One thing that I can suggest is that because this is gel color, it has a tacky layer. So what I'm going to suggest is taking an Expert Touch nail wipe and NAS 99, and I'm going to give it 1 spritz, and I'm going to wipe that inhibition layer off. Without the inhibition layer, I can get a little bit more of a detailed line. Now you can see it did remove like the slightest color, but because this is cured, it's not going to damage or bother the color at all. So this is just so that I can make sure that my lines are nice and smooth, straight, etc. So I'm going to do a line in the same fashion that I did before. I'm going to load up my brush here in Alpine Snow without having a bead at the end. I'm going to kind of brush off a little bit, keeping the bristles loaded. And then I'm going to tilt it because I'm right-handed and I hold my brush like I do when I'm writing with a pen or a pencil. And I'm going to turn the nail a little bit so that my hand doesn't have to turn. I like my hand to be in the most natural position possible. So I'm going to do a line right down the center. And of course, my hands are shaky. I don't know, maybe it's a nail tech thing. I feel like every nail tech has relatively shaky hands, but we manage. And I'm going to let the brush do the work for me. I'm just moving my hand down, letting the brush do the work for me. And there's my straight line here. And then I'm going to do one just a little bit beside, all the way down here. And then I'll do one on the right side, just like this. Now, of course, I'm going to flash cure this because I want it to stay still, but I don't need it to be fully cured yet. Now, one thing I do make a mistake of sometimes is I leave my palette where my light is, and my colors on my palette get cured because this lamp right here is going to cure whatever is kind of close to it, or it could potentially cure my brush. So flash curing for 15 seconds, and I'll take my nail out here. And now when I'm doing horizontal lines, I'm going to load up my bristles in the same fashion, but this time, instead of holding my brush like I do a pencil, I'm going to flip it and kind of hold it in a hold my brush horizontally. It's going to give me a little bit more stability. So then I'm going to start in the middle. And I'm still angling my nail because like I said, I'm right-handed. I don't want my hand in an awkward position. And I'm going to start on the left and I'm going to move all the way to the right. Kind of see, and I don't see how bad that is, you guys. Oh my goodness. Because I don't like that, I can wipe it. The rest is cured. I can still wipe it. I'm going to try it again. Like I said, practice makes perfect. So I load up my bristles. I'm going to hold my brush kind of perpendicular to the nails. And I'm going to roll it across down the center, like that. Kind of move the product to make that straight line. And then I'm going to do that a couple more times to create that lattice. Just like this, all the way across. It's getting a little bit easier. My hand's kind of being like, okay, yeah, you can do that motion. That's fine. You know, sometimes we just aren't on our game. Our hands are like, no thanks. But here we go. It's okay. She's getting used to it. So there we go. We're going to make all of our lines just like that. And then I'm going to cure this fully for 30 seconds. The reason why I'm curing that for 30 seconds is because I'm going to put the green right on top of it. And I don't want the two to become one. We have Arvella say, glad to know shaking is common amongst us. And it's so true. I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm so shaky. And they're like, oh girl, I'm shaky too. And just everyone's on the same page. So here, like I said, with the magic of Instagram, we have our lattice. And next I'm going to do my palm leaf. So I'm going to be taking my green rated PG. The names are always the best part. Load up my brush here, and I'm going to turn my brush a little bit so that I can start from the bottom. Started from the bottom, now we're here. And we're going to start from the bottom left corner and swoop up across the lattice, releasing some of the pressure as I go up so that it's thicker at the bottom than it is at the top, okay? And then doing the same thing and creating small swoops. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I'm gonna turn the nail a little bit. Again, I'm right-handed. If you're left-handed, you're gonna have to turn it the other way or find a comfortable way. And I'm gonna come at it from the left side and swoop 1, 2, 3, and 4. Perfect. And I'm gonna cure this for 30 seconds. One thing that you can do, and what I think I'm gonna do this time, is add a little bit of detail. So let me just wipe my bristles off here just a little bit. And adding a little bit of texture can make or break a nail. Sometimes you can see, you know, a little bit of depth or a little bit of dimension when you add a little bit of a light color down the center. So I'm going to use the shade Hollywood and Vibe, and I put a little blob on my palette here. And once my nail is completely cured over there, because I'm going to do it right on top, so I'm going to take it out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that pink, just the smallest amount, a little bit of Hollywood and Vibe here, which is what our base color was, so it's cohesive, right? And I'm going to draw just on top of that leaf, and it's going to give it kind of a three-dimensional look. And it's so subtle, but I feel like it makes all the difference. So I'm completely done with that. I think that's gonna look great. So I'm gonna cure it for 30 seconds. And while that's curing, I'm just going to wipe my brush off. And I just wanna remind everybody about our really fun giveaway that we have. Like I said earlier, Modern has been so kind to put together a fun grab bag of OPI products for you to win. And in order to win, you have to be following Modern Beauty Supplies. You have to be following Wella Canada West, and you have to put in the comments #color is the answer. Okay, so after I've applied a coat of oh my goodness, wrong bottle, Stay Shiny top coat and cured it for 30 seconds, I'm going to take my lint free wipe, couple spritzes of NAS 99, wipe the inhibition layer, and there we go. There's our final look here. So you can see the very small hint of the pink inside of the green, so it gives it a little bit of dimension. I think that's a really cool addition to our nail look. So finally, you know, we've hit the red carpet. We've gone on a tour and saw some palm trees and some palm leaves on, you know, Ventura Boulevard. And here we are. We're going to be hanging out by the pool. You know, this gives me pool vibes. We've got some pinks, some blue, and some yellow, and I think that's a really cool pool vibe. So again, I'm going to set ourselves up for success. I've got our Expert Touch Removal Wrap, a little spritz of NAS 99. Set this aside so that we can look at our products. We have our Stay Classic base coat. We're going to be using OPI Hollywood shade 15 Minutes of Flame, Destined to be a Legend, Behind the Scenes, and of course, our Stay Shiny top coat. So, like I said, setting ourselves up for success, I'm going to be putting our 3 color shades onto our palette. You could brush this on, but you know what? Sometimes I feel a little bit more confident in my outcome if I use the my detailing brush or another nail art brush. So I'm going to be taking a dollop of 15 Minutes of Flame. Put a little dollop there. This is a beautiful, like, hot pink with, like, a shimmer in it. Oh, my goodness. Next, I'm going to be taking Destined to be a Legend. It's a nice, like, dusty blue shade. And I'm seeing that there's a comment in the chat saying Destined to Be a Legend is their favorite. Feel free to put your favorite in the comments there. And then I have a little bit of behind the scenes here. So I've got all three of my working shades here. I've got my detail brush clean and ready to go. And I've got my dry prepped and base coated nail here. Now you could totally put a color behind, like a base color behind, or like I'm going to leave this as like a negative space nail. This is going to be like a negative space. So I'm going to start with my 15 minutes of flame here. And because I'm not doing super detailed work, I'm actually going to load up my brush so that I do have a bead. And I'm going to place that bead in the right-hand corner. And I'm going to swoop that up to the right side until it almost just falls off the side of the nail. So I'll turn it so you can kind of see. Placing the bead, and I'm gonna like brush it all the way up the side until it literally just falls off the side. Now, if I was to be doing this on a client, I'd definitely be making sure I had a cleanup brush ready, just so that there's no product settling into the sidewalls. Because if we do let product touch our sidewalls and it gets cured on the sidewalls, the product most definitely will be peeling. There's no doubt about it. So make sure that you are keeping clean sidewalls, a clean free edge, and a clean cuticle area. So I'm going to cure this for 30 seconds, and it's totally up to you for opacity. A lot of people like, maybe a sheer, more a jelly texture for their manicure. Some people like full opacity. I am one of those people. I truly do love a fully opaque nail. So for me, I'm going to be applying 2 coats of 15 minutes of flame, which is going to give us a nice opaque hot pink with that little bit of shimmer right here on the tip. And I think that's a really cool look, is that like swooped French. I think that's really, really trendy right now. That twist on a French manicure is still and will forever be in style. So my next shade that I'm going to use is Destined to Be a Legend. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a similar swoop right along the pink here. So again, I'm going to pick up product with keeping a bead there because I want to lay down a good chunk of product here. And I'm going to place it, and I'm going to swoop it up until it falls off the nail like I did before. So I'll turn the nail over here. And so we've placed our product and we're swooping it up until it just falls off the nail. And again, you'll have to clean up the sidewalls. You could come from this way so that it's not kind of falling into the sidewalls, but sometimes you don't get that clean, crisp fall off there. And I'm going to kind of come this way up just a little bit, just to kind of round it out a little. And then join the two, grab some more product, and fill in our little blank spot here. Just like that. So now I've got a really cool little French. Now I'm going to cure this for 30 seconds. And of course, like I said, I prefer opacity. So after I've cured it for 30 seconds, I'm going to do a second coat. And then we're ending up here with 15 minutes of flame. And then our next color block is Destined to Be a Legend. So I love the look of this. I feel like it would be a really cool French manicure. You could do this look with any combination of colors. The best part about OPI collections, the seasonal collections, all 12 of these shades are created to look good together in combination. So say you chose this shade and this shade. They're formulated to look good together. Even something as crazy as the blue and the green. Those shades are meant to be together. All 12 shades in any combination will be complementary. Arvella says, behind the scenes is totally groovy. You're so right. I think this yellow is going to be so fun for spring. Lots of daisies and bees and sunshine. I think I'm already excited. It makes me even more excited for spring than I already am. So I think, like I said, this is a really cool twist on a French manicure, but I kind of want to add that behind the scenes. I want to, add a little bit more of that groove. So let's get some more product on our brush here. This is, again, behind the scenes. And now I'm going to come from the top. I'm going to place my product place my little bead of product here, and I'm going to come down and swoop. Just like that. And I'm going to just spread out the top a little bit, kind of making it a little bit more even. But I'm not going to go all the way to the end of my swoop because I want this to have the least amount of product. This very tip here, least amount to most. And again, I personally like opacity, so I'm going to cure this for 30 seconds and do another coat. Okay? And then of course, with the magic of Instagram, I have my nail right here. And of course, I've applied my Stay Shiny top coat and cured it for 30 seconds. So I want to take a lint-free wipe and some NAS 99 and wipe off that inhibition layer. Just like that, squeak, squeak. And here's my final look. It's kind of a color block, 15 minutes of flame, destined to be a legend, and a swoop of behind the scenes. So that's our final look there. So our 3 looks are part of our tour here. So we have, a poolside, maybe at the Hotel Roosevelt. So we have a poolside gathering. We have a drive up the up Ventura Boulevard and see some palm trees. And then finally take a walk on the red carpet right here. So I hope you enjoyed all 3 of these nail art looks. If you're interested in purchasing the collection, head over to Modern Beauty Supplies. It is available now. And always, always, always look forward to seasonal collections. Like I said, spring, summer, fall, and holiday. And don't forget to enter our giveaway. We have a great gift bag of OPI products. Thank you so much, Modern. Don't forget to follow Modern. Don't forget to follow Wella Canada West. And write in the comments, #color is the answer to win. And if you really feel like it, you can follow me. I'm at Samantha Nailed It here on Instagram, Brand Educator. Thank you so much for joining me today. Just want to quickly wish Modern Beauty Supplies a happy 35th birthday. And don't forget to follow at OPI and at OPI_professionals for constant updates on our new collections and also to join in for our 40th anniversary. Thanks, everyone. See you soon.